Hello students, from last class onwards we are discussing about electricity. So we'll continue the same lesson. In last class we'll discussed about how to make our own cell, what is the structure or parts of a cell, and what are the symbols we use while drawing a circuit diagram. And also we'll discussed about the parallel and series connections of bulbs as well as cells. Okay, so in this class we'll discuss about heating effect of electric current. Okay, so the bulb becomes hot when you switch on it and if you keep for some time. Okay, so it is the filament of the bulb that heats up due to the current flowing through it. So you might have seen an electric iron or electric cooker or electric heater. All these contains a coil of wire made up of a nichrome. Okay, so this coil is called a filament of the particular appliance. Okay, so this contains coil of wire. Okay, you can see heater, you can see coil of wire, so that is made up of a nichrome. So what is the filament is made up of which type of metal? Tungsten. We already discussed in yesterday's class. Okay, so these appliances are switched on, their filament becomes red hot, give out heat, right? If you observe, so these coil part is called a filament of that particular appliance. Okay, so if that is switch on, then it becomes, the filament becomes red hot and gives out heat. So the amount of heat produced in the wire depends on the its material length and thickness. Okay, so you can see the heater like these coils, you can observe, right? Yes or no? Okay, so this is called a filament of the heater. Okay, so what happens, how much heat, okay, it can produce is depends on the material on which this is made. Okay, and next, thickness of this coil and length of this coil. Okay, the wire used for making electrical circuits do not normally become hot. Okay. On the other hand, the elements of some electrical appliance become so hot that they are easily visible. Okay, you can see some objects becomes red hot and we can see, we can observe. Okay, so the filament of an electrical bulb gets heated to such high temperature that it starts glowing and gives out a heat. Okay, so from this you can say that each and every electrical object, it becomes hot, okay, and gives out a heat, right? Yes or no? So tube lights and compact fluorescent lamps, let us discuss about so heater and electrical cookers are made up of what? Nichrome, right? Heater filament. Okay, heater filament, it's made up of a nichrome. What about filament of a bulb? Tungsten. Okay, tubelets and compact fluorescent lamps. Okay, CFLS, short form. Okay, so wastage of electricity can be reduced by using fluorescent tubelets. Okay, so in place of bulbs, CFLs means compact fluorescent lamps also reduce the wastage. Okay, and can be fixed in ordinary bulb holders. You can see white color bulbs, small white color bulbs, uh, tubelights, and also these fluorescent bulbs means small bulbs which are like a tube light. Okay, you can see them, no? So those are compact fluorescent lights. So those bulbs can be fitted in a normal bulb holders also. You can see ISI mark on the lamps, that indicates it is easily, we can handle easily. Okay, so these two types of bulbs can reduce the electricity wastage. Okay, so if you take a normal bulb, in that 90% of the electricity is wasted in the form of heat. Only 10% of the electricity will help the bulb to glow. Okay, so 90% is wasting. So to save that 90%, not even 90%, you can save some amount of electricity by using we can save by using tube lights and compact fluorescent lamps. Okay, so you can see fuses also, electric fuses at our homes, right? When excessive electrical, so why we use compact and tube lights? To reduce electricity. Okay, to reduce electricity, use tube lights and compact fluorescent bulbs. Okay, if possible, try to observe which bulb is using more electricity, or you can conclude that which bulb is wasting more electricity. So that is, you can see what bulb, 60-watt bulb, 100-watt bulb is there, no? Those white color glass bulbs will waste most of the electricity. In place of that, we can, if you use tube lights and compact fluorescent bulb, we can reduce the wastage of electricity. Okay, so try to discuss about electric fuses. See, we will get a alternate current in our homes, right? Alternate current and direct current. Okay, AC and DC. Alternate current, direct current. So in alternate current, it alters. Okay, sometimes we may get 230 volts, sometimes less than that. Like that, will not get continuously same 230 volts. For our household purpose, we'll get 230 volts, right? For industrial purpose, 440. Okay, so these 230 volts will not get continuously. Okay, it alters. Okay, sometimes it is 230 and sometimes it is less than 230. Okay, so sometimes we'll get more also. Okay, when excessive electric current flows through the circuit, the wires or the appliances may get heated and can catch fires, right? Sometimes we observe short circuits, right? Because of alternate current only. Sometimes they'll get more current. Okay, so because of this more current, what happens is that catches fire. Okay, so DC current means direct current. If 230 volts is there, any time, if you take any time, you can get the 230 volts only. So these DC currents are used in between a power stations. Okay, so household and industrial purpose, alternate current is used. Okay, so observe. So what happens when excessive electric current flows through the circuit, the wires for the appliances may get heated and can catch fire, right? To avoid fire, a safety device known as fuse is connected in a series in the circuit. Okay, so fuse is connected in series. Okay, so we already discussed in household purpose we use parallel connections, right? But fuse is connected in a series. Okay, so why these fuse is connected in series? In series connection, if one bulb is not working or broken, what happens, the other bulbs will not glow, right? And the same concept here, the fuse is connected in a series. Okay, if suppose excess current is passing through the circuit, what happens is these fuse is made up of a special type of metal. Due to the heat, what happens, these fuse will uh, melt and it will disappears. What happens at the time, the circuit becomes open, right? So if the circuit becomes open means electricity will not flow. We can avoid the catching fire, right? Yes or no? So It is made up of a special alloy that gets heated quickly and melts. Okay, so if it is melts means what happens, that circuit becomes open, right? Or in open circuit current will flow? No. Okay, so the current in the circuit is too high, the fuses wire get hot and melts. Okay, so this leaves a gap in the circuit. Okay, if the gap is there means what happens, it is a open circuit, so automatically the circuit is broken and flow of electricity is stopped. This protects the appliances from getting burnt due to the passage of too large current through them. Okay, so this is a use of fuse. Okay, fuse is connected in a series. Okay, so to protect our home or our schools or industries from the excess current, we use fuses. Okay, understood, right? So in place of fuse we can also use the MCBs. Okay, what are those called? The miniature circuit breakers. Okay, miniature circuit breakers, MCBs. Okay, so same what the fuse is doing, these MCBs also do the same work. Okay, so MCBs is increasingly being used in place of a fuse. Okay, fuse in place of fuse we can use MCBs also. There are switches which automatically turn off and turn off when current exceeds the safety limit. Okay, it has a switch which gets off automatically if there is a overheating. Okay, it breaks the circuit. Okay, so same thing the fuse is doing, right? What the fuse, it is connected in series. If the excess current is passing through it, what happens, it melts and it breaks the circuit. The same thing will do the MCBs also. Here switching system is there. If it automatically turn off when the current is exceeds the safe limit, and it has a automatically switch off. Okay, when the overheating. Okay, so this breaks the circuit. If we turn them on, the circuit is once again complete. Okay, so again if the over or excess current is coming, it is switch offing, right? If we on again, it will works. But in case of fuses we have to replace the new one with the old one. Okay, once the fuse is melts, what we have to do, we have to replace the new fuse in place of the old one because it is already melted. Okay, so but on this is the not case in a miniature circuit breaker. So what happens here, on and off switch is there. Okay, which works automatically. If the over or excess current is passing through it, it will switch off automatically. Okay, after that we can turn on them. Okay, them on the circuit once again to complete the circuit. Okay, the advantage of MCBs over the fuses is that they can be reset manually or automatically. Okay, MCBs, if in we can reset the MCBs either manually or automatically to restore the normal operation, whereas the fuses need to be replaced after every single operation. Okay, once the over excess current is passed through the fuse, that is no more used because it smells, right? But in a miniature circuit we can reset. Okay, reset. Most of the electricity that we use at home and at school is alternate current. I just discussed, right? AC and DC, alternate current and direct current. In between power stations we use DC currents. Okay, the main electricity that is supplied to our houses comes from a power station. You already know, right? So the electricity at our home and schools will come from a power stations. The substation to distribute electricity. Okay, so we have to pay for it according to how much we use, right? Yes or no? Is this electricity free of cost? No, we have to pay according to our consumption. Okay, so you can see every month a person from electricity department come to our home and he take the reading from the meter, right? Okay, so you can see the meter, a wheel is rotating around and you can see the reading on a box, numbers. Okay, that is the reading in a box. Yes or no? So every month the person from electricity department will come and may note the readings. Yes or no? Note the readings, how many units we used in that particular month. For that we have to pay money, right? Yes or no? So you can see on some bulbs it is noted. See, let us write one point about miniature circuit breakers. Okay, these are MCBs or can be reset to restore normal operation, right? Yes or no? Whereas fuses need to be replaced after every single operation. Okay, so you can see on some bulbs 25 watts, 60 watts, 40 watts and 100 watts, right? Yes or no? So how we measure electricity? Okay, how many units we burn in a particular month? How to notice that? So you can see on the bulbs 25 watts, 60 watts, 40 watts and 100 watts, right? If the value is more, then the powerful is the bulb. Okay, so among these bulbs, which one is powerful? These 100 watts bulb is powerful. Okay, so also it will take more electricity. Okay, so 1 kilowatt is equal to how many watts? 1000 watts. Okay, 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watts. So suppose in a house they are using 1 kilowatt of electricity for 1 hour, means it is said to be used 1 kilometer per hour is used. Okay, that is equal to 1 unit. Okay, here 1 unit is equal to how much? 1 kilowatt. Okay, 1 kilowatt per hour. Okay, so here 1 kilowatt is equal to how many watts? 1000 watts. So try to let us calculate in a house. In a house, suppose January the reading is 400. Okay, in Feb reading is 580 units. Okay, so here 400 units on Jan, here 580 units. So in the particular month, during this month, how much units they used? 180 units, right? How we got in Feb 580 minus 400, that is equal to 180 units. Okay, suppose for 1 unit cost is 3 rupees. Let us consider for 1 unit cost is 3 units. 1 unit cost 3 units, 3 rupees per unit. Okay, 3 rupees per unit. So how much he has to pay on February 1st? He has to pay 180 units into 3 rupees, that is equal to 540 rupees he has to pay, or that particular family has to pay. Okay, so like this we'll calculate the amount. Okay, so the persons which comes from a electrical department calculate the amount, how much we need to pay particular month. He should calculate like this. They will calculate like this, that much amount we have to pay as a electricity bill. Okay, so one more problem, let us take. In a house, 400 watts bulbs is there. Okay, 4. 6 60 watt bulb, okay, and 6 40 watt bulb. So these particular bulbs are using daily 2 hours, okay, using daily 2 hours, okay. We have to calculate the cost of the electricity bill this particular house must pay after 30 days, okay, 30 days. Here cost of the electricity is 2.80 rupees per unit, okay. Cost, total amount, total we have to calculate a total electricity bill, okay. So how much they are for one day, first for 1 hour, uh, how much electricity they are using, okay. So for 1 hour, 4 into 100 watts plus 6 into 60 watts plus 6 into 40 watts, okay. This is a total current used by this house for 1 hour, that is equal to 4 into 100, 400 watts plus 6 is a 36, 360 watts plus 6 4s are 240 watts. So add total 600, 700, 8, 9,000, okay, 1000 watts per 1 hour they are using. So 1000 watts is equal to 1 kilowatts, okay. For 1 hour, how much? In 1 hour they are using 1 kilowatt. So 2 hours, in 2 hours how much they will use? 2 kilowatts. For 30 days, 30 days, 30 into 2 kilowatts, that is equal to 60 kilowatts. Cost or electricity bill is equal to 60 into 2.80, okay. Try to multiply 28 into 6, 6 4s are 48, 6 2s are 12, 12 plus 4, 168 rupees they have to pay for this month, okay. If they use 2 hours daily, these bulbs, 16 bulbs for 2 hours daily for 30 days, if they use this much, they have to pay at the rate of 2.80 rupees per 1 unit, okay. So like this, the person from electricity department will calculate the amount which we have to pay for our consumption of a month, okay. So clear? So in yesterday's class we also discussed about the to make our own cell, right? Yes or no? So here what happens? Make your own cell. So this is the 2 injection bottles. So we took a copper wire, okay, and zinc wire. So how where we got zinc wire? Try to break a discharged dry cell, okay. So that outer layer is made up of a metal. Take a 2 strips of zinc wires, okay, and connect a zinc and copper wires of 2 bottles like this, and remaining 2 terminals of these copper and zinc wires are connected to the light bulb. So if you pour the sulfuric acid what happens? These sulfuric acid is broken into hydrogen and sulfur, okay. So H plus and SO minus ions, okay. So due to that, here what happens? Electrolysis is happening, okay. So what is electrolysis? Using electricity, okay. The process of breaking down of substance using electricity is called electrolysis, okay. So in this what happens? Current is passing from a copper rod to zinc rod, right? So here copper rod to zinc rod, okay. These rods are known as electrodes. Here what are these two rods are called electrodes. So the dilute sulfuric acid is known as electrolyte. Okay, so this sulfuric acid is called electrolyte. Electrolyte. These the copper and zinc wires are called electrodes. Okay, so here the chemical energy is converted into electric energy, right? Chemical energy is converted into electrical energy by electrolysis method. That's why this bulb is glowing. Yes or no? So try to discuss more detail about electrolysis. Electrolysis. So these electrolysis is made up of two words, or it is formed by two words, electro. Okay, so electro is meaning using electricity. Okay, so electro means using electricity. Lysis means breakdown. Okay, lysis means breakdown. Okay, so what is electrolysis? The process of breakdown of a substance using electricity is called electrolysis. Okay, so here we can see the solution must be in previous example we used sulfuric acid, right? So the solution should be a conductor. Okay, so H2SO for sulfuric acid and copper sulfate are the good conductors of electricity. We use in electrolysis method, we use a good conductor as a liquid. Okay, so even we use lemon juice also a conductor of good conductor of electricity. Okay, so I'm taking, let us take a copper and a zinc wires. Okay, I'm connected to these two to a cell. Okay, so what is this? This is anode and this is cathode. Cathode means negative charged and anode means positively charged. Okay, if we connect to the positive terminal of the battery, then it is called anode, and if we connect these electrode to the negative terminal of the battery, then it is called cathode. Okay, so here we are using copper sulfate. Let us consider solution is copper sulfate, CuSO4. Okay, these break down into Cu plus and SO minus ions. Okay, so what happens, this is cathode and negatively charged, right? You already know like poles, like charges will repel and unlike charges will attract. So here cathode means negatively charged, right? So these positive ions will come and attract to these cathode. Okay, so here negatively charged. So these are called anoids. Okay, anoids. These are called cations. Okay, cations. So cations are said to be positively charged. Anoids is said to be positively charged. Okay, so what happens, the atoms or the positively charged ions will come and attract these cathode, right, or called cations, and the negatively charged ions will come and attract these anode or called anoids. Okay, so here CuSO4 is breaking into two Cu plus and SO minus, right? So here these two are said to be electrodes, right? Electrodes. Okay, and this solution is called electrolyte. Electrolyte. Okay, solution is called electrolyte. Okay, electrolyte. It should be a conductor. Okay, conductor. Okay, conductor means it should conduct the electricity very well. Okay, so these are the terms related to electrolysis. Okay, so in next class we'll discuss about the electroplating by using electrolysis. Okay, thank you.